do something a little bit different. You'll have to excuse the budgies because it is the middle of the day. But this is going to be a long recording session because this is a long haul flight that I'm going to take. This is a Boeing 747 and I'm going to fly it from London Heathrow to LAX in Los Angeles. So this is, I believe a 10-hour flight in real life, a 10 or 11-hour flight in real life. I don't know how long it's going to take me on the game, but I guess we're going to find out. There's no point waiting, is there? No objectives. Well, that's good because I don't want to obey my objectives anyway. Engines are all looking good. Let's jump in the cab, make sure my pre-flight checks are all done. 775522. Yeah, they're all done. Okay. That's a lot of controls. That's a lot of controls. Okay, so we are going to try. Well, I'm going to take off in first person like this. However, once I'm in the air, I am going to switch back to third person, just because it's a little bit more entertaining to see the plane from the outside and be able to get a bit more of a view. However, I am currently parked on an active runway, so I should probably... I definitely shouldn't be pushing back on an active runway. That's... I believe that's a crime. Right, so we set the engines up to about 25%, start moving. There we go. Saves the tarmac from getting ripped up behind me. Now we're rolling, we can take the engine up to about 50%. And speed, gonna get to 80. Check. Now we can go for it. Flaps in the right position. And we are starting to gain. The wings are coming up. Yep, V1. We are airborne, believe it or not. Beautiful takeoff. I'm going to use the whole runway. Oh god, she's a big bird. Oh yes. Keep my throttle on high for now.
Boeing 747, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Thank you very much. Tower.
Boeing 747, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Thank you very much, Tower.
Heathrow Tower, Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747 frequency change.
Speedbird 1469er, you are 25 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed below 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach by a Bravo November transition.
No.
Clear to Bravo November.
I will not be descending to 7,000 feet. Not a chance.
Maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed below 220 knots.
Not a
ILS runway
chance.
27 left approach via Bravo November transition. Clear to Bravo November Speedbird 1469er.
Okay, what did I do?
Speedbird 1469er, contact
Calm
Heathrow
down,
approach on
calm down,
119er
gently.
73.
Gentle.
Boeing 747, contact Benson approach on 136.45.
She is a big old temperamental bird.
Going to...
Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747 London Center.
Okay, if anybody's wondering why I'm being very, very gentle with it as well, I have got it set with all of the damages and things on, so I will stress damage it.
Flight level 185 generic. Report them in sight.
It will destroy itself basically if I go over speed.
London Center,
etc.
Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747.
Just need to pull up a little bit. So this is the number I'm watching currently. This is my altitude increase or decrease, and obviously I want that on a steady increase at the moment, not a decrease. At the moment it's going to a decrease, which isn't what I wanted. I'm happy with it going a slow increase, and not necessarily doesn't need to be going up at hundreds at a time, but it's finding a balance that's quite. It's like sitting on the edge of a razor, you know. It's very easy to fall off one way or the other. Feel like it's got a second wind at the moment. So I'm nearly at 30,000 feet now, so that's good. I should definitely be at my cruising altitude by now. I'm definitely not a commercial pilot. Not good enough. So yeah, some beautiful views below. I've not really spent much time looking out the windows yet, but now we're at an altitude where I can start to feel a little bit safer. We're almost out of England as well at this point, aren't we? Manchester. We're only 15 minutes into the recording at this point, so yeah, 15 minutes to Manchester. It's a bit quicker than the train, isn't it?
Poor Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out.
I am decreasing again, so I just need to just touch the nose up a little bit. We're at nearly 300 kilometres. That'll do. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's there. Sorry. There we go. We've hit the 30,000 mark. I am assuming it's 40,000. It could be 35. It could be 42. It's going to be a very long flight because I have no idea how to turn on the autopilot. So I have got to manually fly this thing for 10 hours. Feel like I might get to a point where I get a groove and I can have a look at my phone and figure out how to turn on the autopilot. That might be a thing. I have flown light aircraft before in real life. This isn't the first time I've sat in a cockpit. So yes, although this game does teach you enough to be able to do it without ever having sat in an aircraft at all. Like it genuinely does have enough detail, enough information to be able to do it. They wouldn't advise it. And we are over the coast. I believe Wales. Could be wrong. I'm sure I could open up a full map and look. But as you see there, I've got 4,532 nautical miles to travel still, and I don't want to look at the map. So yeah, a lot of ocean. I believe this will be Ireland. 30 minutes in, we'll be coming over Ireland. Makes sense. Still haven't made it to cruise altitude, which is really embarrassing. Like,
Boeing 747 contact Shannon Center on 13.2.15.
Shannon Center, which means I'm coming into Ireland's airspace.
Going to 132.15 Boeing 747. Shannon Center Boeing Alpha Sierra 747 flight level 365.
Boeing Alpha Sierra 747 Shannon Center continuous plan.
I was going to, don't worry. Well, I mean, I say as planned. I don't actually remember what my plan was. So. I'm falling. It's not good, is it? I mean, technically we're doing like a bouncing game here between 30 and 35, or 30, 33 and 38, somewhere around there. Technically I could continue to just bounce on that, and I mean stay at this speed and everything and just continue all the way there. Like I'm on the right flight path, near enough. God, she's such a big bird. So you may notice, I'm sure anybody there that's got a bit of OCD is probably really annoyed by the fact that obviously this is the line I'm on, straight north, or not north, but straight up. On the compass bearing is my current bearing, which is 302 degrees, and I should be at 310 degrees according to this, which is here. So I'm 8 degrees out. Now, normally that would be a really bad thing, but because it's over such a long distance, basically what that's going to do is obviously it's going to grow, but because this line is actually an arc, it's not a straight line as well, what it will actually do is make my route shorter, and then I'll pick up the line later on further down, also around the world essentially, and then come down and land at LAX. Tell you what, seeing as we're in the middle of the ocean and I'm, stupid, should we turn the engine off? I have completely turned the engines off. And I can't turn the engines on.
Just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did.
Control
And
E.
you're wondering what it is. Tell you what I did. Did a bad thing.
Okay, one of my engines is back on. Two of my engines are fired.
Shanwick Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra 747. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Boeing Alpha Sierra, 747 Shanwick Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Boeing 747.
That's 3 engines up and running. Still at 27,000 feet. I've got this. We're okay. I've pulled through. Still doing about the same speed as well, 210 knots. So my third engine's finally spooled properly. Fourth engine does not want to go online. yourself, do not turn the engines off over the ocean again. Okay, this is just not a smart move. It's okay in a little prop jet, which I've done it a few times in a prop jet, but yeah, I'm worried about this engine. I'm not getting it back on. See if I can do it from the cockpit view. Okay. Ah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it appears my game has just crashed. Two hours into a 10-hour flight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload the game.
3:28 a.m.
Los Angeles Tower Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy ONE 2 miles east inbound ILS runway 25 left approach.
Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy Los Angeles Tower. Cleared ILS runway 25 left approach. Altimeter 29er to wind 257 at tree.
How on earth do they expect this thing to make that turn?
Cleared ILS runway 25 left approach. Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
500.
Yeah, I know. Get me out of here. I'm gonna have to go around and try again. No, I don't want to decrease altitude. I've already abandoned. The landing gears away. Okay, good. Okay, so I failed my first attempt at a landing, but this is why we have multiple landings. Or why we're able to make multiple attempts at landings. Trouble now for speeding.
Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy cleared to land runway 25 left. Wind 257 at tree. Caution the Boeing B-748 landing runway 25 right.
Cleared to land runway 25 left. Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy.
About a quarter throttle.
$1,000.
I know, I'm pulling up. I'm gonna get shot off speeding again now, look. There we go. Miles out. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Come on, it should be coming into view now. There it is.
$1,000.
Okay, it's okay. I've got this.
Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy exit runway when able.
Okay, so I'm at the wrong side of the runway right now, so let's get around. Going down again.
$400.
Oof.
exit runway when able.
Speed down, so that's good.
Frontier Flight 2163 Heavy, turn next taxiway.
Why are you... Stop!
500. 200.
Okay, I don't know if anybody else heard that, but my engines basically throttled themselves. Like, I didn't touch it and it just put me on full throttle, so... I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it there. I crashed. I can land. I'm not used to such a big bird, and... yeah. Peace.